All right. Greetings and peace, everyone. Welcome to the Committed Relationships and Spiritual Activity YouTube channel. My name is Neo Ascuetu, and I am your host for this YouTube channel and show. And I also have a committed relationships and spiritual activity. Actually, I like that name too, spiritual reality. Oh, but anyways, I have a podcast also on my website that you can check out. And from here on, I'm going to have my small pieces of information, small clips here on this channel as far as new information. But also on my podcast is going to be longer, go into more details about certain things, certain topics. So you can check that out. That will be the link for that will be in the description for this video. Now I want to discuss about employment slaves. Employment slaves have existed for decades. Excuse me, you guys. I just drunk like a whole bunch of water, and I'm digesting it at the same time, so you might hear little burps or whatever. All right. So for me, I was like, when I was growing up, I was one of those employment slaves too, those corporate employment slaves. And that is exactly what this society teaches people to be. They want people to be employment slaves so that the society itself can utilize their people's energies to produce whatever it is that people want to, whatever the system wants to produce. And it keeps people more on a mundane, zombie-like mode where they're not conscious. Then you have some people that are actually much more conscious about what's going on in the world, but they haven't developed their beliefs to where they can be an entrepreneur. And for me, I started to wake up at the age of 19 regarding employment, because I knew that something just wasn't right with me working for another company, and just for the sake of money, even though I absolutely did not like the job and I did not want to be there. I was working at Valvoline, and then I was sitting on the curb that they have there in front of the cars that's inside the garage, and just sitting there thinking to myself, like, man, something just doesn't feel right. It's just like this job, it just sucks, because I was making like $7 an hour or something like that. And then I said to myself, like, man, there's people that take pictures of babies that makes more money than a Valvoline person at that time, a Valvoline oil change person at that time where I was at. So I'm like, damn. And I just couldn't figure it out, like where to go. And I didn't have the beliefs. And at that time, I didn't understand my subconscious mind and how it works, and how I needed those beliefs, the correct beliefs that will allow me to have my own business, my own services, and to start making my own money on my own terms. And there is a difference. And in the past few weeks, and especially today, after I saw a commercial at the movie theaters, made me realize that there literally are different levels of employment slavement. Now, let me go into this. Now, the mundane average employment slavery level is the normal ones that most people have been taught about. You got to get up, go look for a job, fill out an application. You go to the job interview, you get the job, then you got to do the same thing every single day, or whatever your schedule is. And it's not always a 9-to-5 job as far as the usual hours. However, most people utilize the 9-to-5 metaphor as a metaphor for work. I mean, like the overall standard meaning work. So when you hear somebody say 9-to-5 job, and I'm speaking to people who don't understand when people say 9-to-5 job, that means a normal job. That's not nothing that you have to go to school for. Well, no, just a job in general. Yeah, just a job in general. And that's what this video is about. This audio right here is about. That there's different levels, but either way, you're still an employment slave. So you got the 9 to 5 normal people. That's like, for example, it could be, I just give you random examples. It can be anywhere from working at McDonald's, working at Valvoline, like I did, working at Champs Sporting Goods that we have here in I think Champs is nationwide. Foot Locker, Popeyes, Burger King, Wendy's. Let me see where else are some places I worked that people would actually know. Actually, I worked at Champs. In grocery stores. I worked at a grocery store before. That's the normal everyday job that anybody can get. Just about anybody can get. Then you got your doctors. You have your lawyers. Let me see here. Doctors, lawyers, therapists, psychologists. Then you also have your entertainers. You have your actors, actresses, basketball, football players, sports players in general. And then you have music artists. A lot of these people who are so-called celebrities, a lot of them feel like they are actually free from employment, that they are not employment slaves. Let me give you a definition of my definition of employment slave. An employment slave is an individual who has a higher up authority that they have to listen to throughout their either daily life or weekly life, what they have to answer to, whether it be because the company puts up money for the person to do whatever it is, and or the person is getting paid from that company and they got to just overall listen to that company to tell them what to do. That is an employment slave, and to get a check from that company. And then the individual is not able to literally do what they want and to schedule times that they want to do what they want, and then be in control of what they do and what they say. And also, the employee will have to watch what they say and do on social media. And if there's a time that they get on TV, they have to watch what they say because they might get fired from their job. Most employment slaves are highly nervous of getting fired from their job. And you know how it is. A lot of people know how it is. I know how it is when I used to work for corporations, until I woke the hell up and understood how my subconscious mind functions, and that I needed the correct beliefs so that I can shape my own world, my own life, the way that I want to do it. So now that's what I've been doing for the past few months, is programming my own subconscious mind to bring me the things, people, places, and things that I need into my life. And that's with my subliminal videos and also audios. That helps out greatly. It's much more convenient, and also people have to do self-reflection with that, so they can identify what limiting beliefs that they currently have that's been preventing them from moving forward. So a lot of people think that the higher you go up, the higher you go up in the employment slavery stages, as if you're completely going to be free. No. The thing is, even if a person is a celebrity, they still are an employment slave, unless they have their own TV show, their own TV network and show, and unless whatever it is, as far as if they're an actor or even a producer or whatever, or for movie stars, unless they have their own movie production company, they have their own money, they put up their own money, and it's their own movie that they fully own. Let me see what else we got. And then for sports players, unless the team is fully theirs is fully theirs, and they have full control over the team, or at least co-control over the team. Unless they have those, other than that, they are an employment slave. Sports players play for a team, which is an employer, so they actually work for a team. Playing for a team is just another word for work for a team. Just like a person who works for McDonald's, they work for the team, but they don't play for the team. Let me see here. And movie stars, actors, they work for the production company and the overall head movie company. So an actor for a certain project can be working for Universal. They could be working for Sony. Music artists, they work for their record label, unless they own their record label and it is theirs and they've been putting up their own money, their own bucks, just like Damon Dash speaks about. And a lot of people don't understand Damon Dash. That's why they look at him as crazy. But people have to really, really take the time to really listen to him, get past all of his other emotionalism, but you got to really get down to the meat of what he's talking about and analyzing it, and get out of your own societal beliefs. Then you can see what he says really does make sense, and he's right. And me having the entrepreneur mindset, it is true when putting up your own money and starting from scratch. That is when you have full control over it. However, if you work for somebody, allowing somebody else put up the money for your project, you're borrowing money. So you're still an employee in one way or another. This is something that people who have gotten outside of their societal beliefs will understand. But a lot of people, they stay stuck in their societal beliefs and they don't realize how it has been keeping them limited to what they can perceive and actually move forward with. And there are some people who have been thinking about it, but they like that money. So they don't want to go out and on a whim, whatever you call it, on a limb or the whim, whatever, and dive into entrepreneurship and take that leap because they're too scared and comfortable. And that's what the employment slavery system does. It gives people checks and it makes them comfortable. And I've noticed this like years later after I resigned from what was it? Enterprise. Yes, that was the last employment place I worked at. It was Enterprise Rent-A-Car. And when I walk around and I see people who are still in their zombie mode, they really look comfortable working for their company and being an employment slave, which until they wake up out of their zombie mode, you can't be mad at them. You gotta just let them be. You can speak and give them information, but if the information doesn't sit well with the individual, at least you gave them the information. Then maybe somewhere down the line it'll sprout up and they'll realize like, oh man, he was right. I remember he said this and that. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going ahead and doing this video also, to help people realize that there is life after your employment slavery. However, before you do it, I recommend starting with accessing your subconscious mind so that you can develop those beliefs, those necessary beliefs, so that you can be an entrepreneur. You have to have an entrepreneur mindset before you actually move forward. Don't do like I did it when I just quit from Enterprise like a few years ago, and I didn't understand my subconscious mind at that time, and I didn't have the entrepreneur mindset to be able to just switch, and then I still have money to fall back on. And then years later, after really having a strong comprehension of my subconscious mind and understanding the importance of having necessary beliefs so that I can form whatever life that I want to form and have the entrepreneur mindset. So now I've been focusing on that, developing my mindset for entrepreneurship. So that's why I'm able to now have my own website, my own personal development services and other services that I provide other people. And for me, I enjoy single-handedly doing these things because that way it allows me to get up whenever I want, choose the type of people that I want to work with versus the people that I don't want to work with. Because when you're an employment slave, you have to go to work with other employees, other co-workers that you necessarily don't like and should not really be around, because a lot of people are much more zombie mode, deeper than others, and they are just completely oblivious to their ego, and you don't really want to be around those people. You know how it is. I know how it is when I was an employment slave. So it's like now I have a lot more control over what my daily life. If I don't want to do anything all day, then shoot, I just go find something to do. Just relax. I go relax in nature sometimes. Sometimes I go to the mall, whatever. Because I know that also me having those money mindset, that money literally comes to me in a variety of ways, and people can add those two mindsets, the entrepreneur mindset and the money mindset, by changing their beliefs. And changing your beliefs, you can do that in a variety of ways. You can do it manually by every morning and before bed. You can write down affirmations inside a book, notebook. Write them down for as long as you feel comfortable writing them down. Just like, remember when you was in school, regardless of what grade, you had to write on the board, I will not do this, I will not do this, I will not do this. Well, that's subliminal programming for yourself. Just like you already suffer from subliminal programming by watching TV, but that subliminal programming goes against your free will. That's the difference between conscious subliminal programming versus unconscious subliminal programming. So there's a variety of ways of doing manual, conscious subliminal programming, and there's ways to do it more convenient, which is automatic subliminal programming. And you can do that with my subliminal videos. You can check out my Neo Oneness Subliminals YouTube channel, which that will be in the description. And I also have a personal development subliminal video that people can watch 2 times a day. That will change their beliefs, which in turn transforms their mind, and also will help them transform their overall life. So I go into much more detail about that on my podcast. That's on my website. That will be in the description, and also my Neo Oneness Subliminals YouTube channel. I have a ton of information there and some free subliminal videos you can check out and test it out for yourself. I also offer custom subliminal videos, so check all those things out in the description. All right, I'm going to close out right here. Thank you very, very much for listening. I truly appreciate it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also, when you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the bell button so that you can get email notifications of whenever I upload new videos. You can also email me if you have any questions about subliminal videos. You can do that at neoonenesssubliminals@gmail.com. That email will be on my subliminal video YouTube channel, so just go there and check all of that out. But also, as far as relationships, that email address is committedrelationships@gmail.com. Thank you very much, and until next time.